What is this on?
YouTube.
Really?
What?
Take it.
Finally!
But they want to see you.
Finally, we're live streaming. It's already been 20 minutes.
No, there's a new one.
I don't know. It's going live.
There's 4 people. Hi. Hi, 8 people. Hi.
Wait, how do you...
We finally got to work.
Oh, hello!
Yay.
It's me, Dean.
That was difficult.
It's me, Dean. We had some difficulties with YouTube. It said we had to wait 24 hours for a live stream. 24 hours. But then it got fixed. We set it on Facebook. We set it on Instagram. But that didn't work also. But then we finally made it to YouTube. And that's how our story went.
Yeah, we're sorry it took so long for us to figure out.
Hi, 17 people.
Thank you for enjoying our channel, guys. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our big accomplishment. We got party hats. And we decorated a little. We got. Woo! Are you gonna put it on the thing?
Hello.
We finally got. We
You got
finally got 12. I mean, wait.
Well, we do
yes,
have
12,000. I know you guys.
Yes, thank you.
I know you guys.
People.
So this is your party.
Yeah, we're at a party right
This is your
now.
celebration.
Thanhanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it. Does
Here
anybody
comes-
have the list of questions?
Here comes
I know, my
Humongous
phone.
Chungus.
Humongous chungus.
Do you want me to hold this for you?
Yes, please.
Did your hand get tired?
No, I'm just doing other things. So my hands like,
And I know you guys like me sometimes. Yeah, you like me all the time, don't you guys? Yeah, hit the like.
Hit the like.
Hit the like. You're right.
How about telling them thank you for liking you?
Thank you for liking the video.
Thank you for liking all the videos.
Thank you for liking all of them.
Well, Dawn says, I'd like to know what got you interested in history. It
Aw,
was always something my
I am
parents
so much fun, am I? Aw.
It was always something my parents and grandparents were interested in, so I've always enjoyed it. Do you have a specific area that you are more interested in? Best regards.
Thank you, Don. That's a good question. So, yes, let's see, a specific area. I am more inclined to the Civil War than anything else. World War II, Revolutionary War, all U.S. stuff. But yeah, the Civil War is really where my passion has been all those times. What got me into history was actually a project in the 3rd grade. Believe it or not, it was back in the 3rd grade, we were learning about the Revolutionary War, and we had to make a shoebox diorama. And that was just a lot of fun, and it opened my eyes to what was going on during the Revolutionary War and the independence of the United States, and it just kind of took off from there. But yeah, that's kind of where I got my start. So yeah. That's it.
Good guy.
Yeah, the rest of us aren't as history buffy as he is. He's the history buff of the family.
I'm the
Not you. Not you, silly Papa.
Let
Oh.
me see this.
The phone's going to shake quite a bit for a second, so hold on, folks.
All right, here we go. Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
I'm putting this in our gimbal, so you're gonna get
Humongous
thrown around for a
Chungus has
second,
it
so we don't have to
now.
hold it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Double tap there
this one?
double tap.
Yeah. Okay, that's easier.
Yeah, that's easier.
Good.
I'm right here with Papa and Bubby, which I call Humongous Chungus. And there's Mom over there.
Yeah.
And there's Mima over there.
Mima has to be shown too.
So, what other questions do you have, Meg?
Hello from Maine.
Oh
Hello,
wow,
Maine.
hi
Very
Maine.
cool. No, from Maine, as in the place.
I know, that's why I said hi, Maine. What up, Maine?
That's what I thought you were saying.
Right.
Like, oh, what up, Maine?
What up, Maine?
Wait, what?
Hello, 31 people.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
congrats.
Hello from Maine also. A
Thank
couple
you
of Maine
for the
viewers. That's cool.
congrats.
The screen's too far away. I can't read who it's coming from. I apologize.
That's fine.
Congratulations on 10,000. Thank you very much, Flower Power.
This one.
Even though it's more than 10,000, I like it.
Yeah, when we talked about doing this originally, we were, approaching 10,000. We kind of figured that's where it would stop, and it hasn't yet. So that's really cool.
Hi, Lisa D.
So here we are.
Hello from Oregon. Lisa, I used to live in Oregon long time ago. Galaxy far, far away. It's good to see you.
Right on.
Dr.
You guys ever check out the Legends and
Neo's
Haunts at
kinda-
Michigan? Yes. There's
Kinda
plans
sounds like
to go to
Dr.
Michigan
Navarro.
in the near future.
It's true. We might be going to Michigan sooner than later.
Yep.
Although my wife doesn't know that yet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, didn't know anything.
So let's see. Yes, I remember when you only had a couple hundred. Yeah, that's kind of
Hello
It's kinda what we
from
thought it
Ohio.
would be- end up
Congrats
being.
from Ohio.
only a couple.
That's kind of the strange thing about this whole thing is, we started. There's a mouse in my pocket.
Yeah.
I started this project as I don't know, just a creative outlet, and I don't think I knew what it was going to be. I had no idea where it was going to go, what it was going to turn into, and all of a sudden, all of you fantastic people showed up. So it's pretty awesome, and I certainly appreciate all of you guys tuning in weekly now, and we're shooting feverishly to try and get it to be multiple times a week. This has been a tough week for making videos. We went out yesterday with the intention of making a video, and it didn't turn out quite the way we wanted it to. So I'm kind of on the editing room floor trying to figure that one out. And then today we want to make a video about a specific place here in Ohio. It's part of the National Park Service. Actually, it's a Metro Park Service area. And we got there, and right when we got ready to start filming, somebody pulled up in a truck with a pressure washer. And
Pretty
kind
typical.
of made it so that we weren't able to film where we wanted to. And then a busload of kids piled out. And so we got a lot of B-roll today.
Yeah,
But,
there will still be a video. It's just not going to be as on-site there won't be as many on-site explanations. There'll be a lot more voiceover work, which is, you make do with what you've got, basically.
Yeah.
We've got quite a bit of people coming in here. Lisa said she was from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Lisa, I was in Portland at the what was then called the Rose Garden, I believe, the Coliseum there, and saw a concert there. That was back in 1989, 1988, something like that, long time ago.
Congrats from Georgia.
Hey, Georgia.
I'm doing
all
good
right.
from Dalton, Georgia.
Excellent.
your daughter doesn't look old enough to be a mom. Wow. That's funny.
Thank you.
Hello from Ohio. Hello back to you from Ohio.
Yes.
Another from Ohio to you as well.
That's awesome.
Beware of the Michigan Dog Man.
Yeah. So who sent that?
Okay, that'll be interesting. So
What does it
that
say?
that was Dr. Neocortex.
Yeah. I think Dr. Neocortex and I had a brief comment back and forth to each other earlier today, I think it was. And the Michigan Dogman, I have that on the list, so we're gonna see what we can find out. I've had people say Mothman and Sasquatch and stuff like that, that's really pushing the limits for me. But we'll do our best shot for you. That's for sure.
We've got things on Maine history. We've had regiments fighting down there, but no battles this far north.
Okay.
From Bryant Pond. Yes, we are located in Ohio.
I'll be right back.
Matthew Williamson says hi from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, Buckeye.
Howdy. Have you guys ever had a ghost encounter either at the Washoe Club or whatever? We did pretty well. Yeah, I mean, go watch the video. You'll see. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah. So
It was a very interesting time.
we've been talking about since you all know that this is a history kind of channel that also dabbles in the supernatural or the spiritual, however you want to put it. We started having conversations about things that happen in our own house, things that I wasn't really even aware of. That was quite interesting. So I don't know if the house is haunted. I think my family's kind of haunted.
That's probably more likely anyway
Yeah.
at this point. So let's see. Where am I? So congrats from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Canada.
Awesome. Hello from Ashtabula. Hi, we were just over there
We
not
were
too
there,
long
yeah.
ago. I'm in the mid-coast area of Belfast, Morrill. From Dixon. Okay. I don't know. I have no idea where that is.
And
I'd like to know. That'd be cool.
And I have to tell you, we're gonna have a cake real soon. A 12,000 subscribers
We are.
cake, and I don't want to spoil what it looks like. So just wait later on in the live
tell 'em
stream.
what-
You can tell.
Go ahead. Tell 'em.
It'll be a minion
A
cake.
minion cake. Yes. Ice cream cake, right?
Yeah, ice cream minion cake.
Green from Fort Worth, Texas. Right on.
Right.
Right on.
Works,
It's
yeah.
crazy. You know what? This is probably the most wild part of this thing because it's like
It really is.
greetings from Texas. You know, Alabama here. Congratulations. Thank you. Hi guys. Greetings from the United Kingdom.
So
Wow.
let's-
I mean, like
well,
this is the kind of
You
stuff.
don't have a hat on.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't have a hat
No,
on
you don't have a point.
because I wear a hat all the
There you
time.
go.
Take Bubby's hat.
The deal is that that's the craziest part for me. Is sitting here going, oh yeah,
What's that?
it's just like it's insane that all these people are from. You guys are from all over the world,
Yeah.
not just the country. Somehow
Yeah.
our videos have gone. You know, they've jumped across the pond.
It's
You know,
crazy.
they've gone. I mean, clear to the other side. We have viewers from New Zealand. You know,
The other
like
side-
in Australia. It's like
Yeah.
you can't really get any farther away than that.
Ireland and Scotland and England. And,
Yeah.
Gosh, just
It's
all
so
over
cool.
the place. It's
We've
really cool. Yeah.
traveled from those places.
Have we?
I wish.
Have
I'd like
I
to
wish.
travel to those places.
From your mouth to God's ears, voice.
I would like
Yeah.
to travel to those places. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so a little history back to Fort Worth, Texas. A little history about Texas, and it unfortunately is a sad piece of history. I was at the airport in 1985 in Dallas, Fort Worth, when the day that Ricky Nelson's plane crashed at the airport. And I will remember that day like it was yesterday. It was one of those super eerie kind of feelings. You know, I grew up watching all the stuff that Ricky Nelson did, and we had just landed and were in the terminal when all the newscast reports started happening. So sad bit of history, but there's your history about my Dallas Fort Worth experience. Go Cowboys.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Wow, my knee's all wet.
Sorry, it's just because of my sweat.
Thank you.
Oh.
Or you're spitting
Yeah.
on me.
Or my
Do you have any
or
of
my
the
notes.
questions that people
Thank
sent
you.
Sincera asks, are you going to do any other areas in other states? I'm from West Virginia, and I'd love to see what you could do in this state. God bless you always.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, again, something my wife doesn't know.
Someone said bless you to me, and I said thank you back to them.
We are going to be making a trip down to West Virginia. We have a specific topic in mind down there that we're not going to talk about right now. But yes, that is in the plans for later this year. So
I like how you're
yeah.
keeping me in the loop.
Well,
Yeah, it's.
you know that old saying, honey, it's better to ask forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. So
Ain't dog.
Leave it. Leave it. So widespread. That's funny. Look at that.
Melissa asks, what has been your favorite location of film and topic that you've covered so far?
thank you for asking that, Melissa. I appreciate that.
That scared me so bad.
The,
That was right next to my ear. I was like,
the answer to that question is one of the
anything pop?
no.
one of the very first videos that we ever made. It's called, boy, if I only remember what it was called, because it's such a weird title. My son and I went down to Hanoverton, Ohio, to a bed and breakfast that used to be an inn way back in the canal days, that a fifth cousin, 14,000 times removed or whatever, owned back then, who was the son or grandson of my 5 times great grandfather. And I was adopted when I was 3 days old. So I've been on a journey for a long time now, trying to find my, Spread Eagle. That's right. Absolutely.
Yep.
It's the Spread Eagle Tavern down in Hanoverton. And it was quite a journey through paperwork and DNA evidence and all that kind of stuff, finding my ancestors. And that video was the very first time in my entire life that I stood at the grave of a biological relative, and that one will always have a special place for me. So
Yeah, that was early too. That was like, yeah, that was a long time ago. You said, I remember you had come to me and you said, "Hey, do you want to drive down, to this tavern?" I'm like, "Yeah, sounds good."
So if you
kind of didn't realize until we were in the car and you started explaining to me like what we were going to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we
here?
Like it was a cool old building, and it had some spooky tales and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's fun, But then he was like, no, listen, it's a very significant place for us, and it's like, wow, that's something else.
The cool thing about the place too is that it was part of the Underground Railroad, so that kind of dovetails into my love for the Civil War era kind of things too. I mean, it had underground passages and federal style buildings, and so it was a really cool place to go visit. And I have another cousin, her name is Olivia Nichols, who her ghost supposedly haunts the place. She ended her own life at that location, and so that was interesting too. So that's kind of where the supernatural spin started for us in this whole endeavor. But yeah, that would be it. Ancestors, Ghosts, and Runaway Slaves, I think, is the name of the video, if you want to check it out.
That sounds about right. You got any more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone named VPHSYM said, "Do you plan to go out to other states besides Ohio? Also, how much of your family is involved in this?"
Yeah. Again, we are planning. We'd like to. I have a full-time job, so it's kind of hard for me to take long treks. But thanks to you great people on this channel, and the avenues in which we've been able to grow the channel and hopefully continue to grow the channel, maybe it'll change someday to where we can do more than just regionally even. But yeah, we have, we've been looking at things up in Michigan. We have a couple ideas for Michigan, certainly West Virginia. I actually looked at Indiana a couple days ago, and Western PA is like an hour away. So,
Oh man,
but like my son and I were talking about the other day, we've had comments about, please come to Vermont, and I'll tell you what, if we got to Vermont, we might not come
I won't
back.
come back.
So,
I'll stay in Vermont.
Yeah, so there, we do have aspirations to travel further than just where we are. It's just going to take us a little time to get there. But thanks to all of you folks for doing what you do and helping promote the channel and binge watching and sharing. That's I just still can't believe that all of this has happened. So, you know, thank you so much. So much.
Don't forget the second half of the question.
I'm
How
s-
much of our family is involved?
All of them.
Well, mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, you're-
At
you're-
least people in this house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our workflow is pretty. We've got it down pretty well at this point. These two do your writing and research stuff, and then we go out and shoot. I do all the filming or most of it, and then you know, the three of them will present, and then when that's finished, I get to take everything and put it all together to make some sense, and then I'll hand it off, and that'll usually finish the video, whatever, you know, the last 10% of it needs done or whatever, you know, just to round out what he'd like to see from it.
Mhm.
And then that kind of, it gets to you usually. So we actually did just pull, we have a buddy of mine, he's like my best friend, his name's Dylan. Dylan's done video work and editing for a couple YouTube channels before.
Mhm.
And I told him, I go, hey, we kind of want to start putting out more content and different kinds of content, but I don't know if I can actually handle the workload that it would kind of require. So I'm gonna hand off stuff to him, and he'll be a part of that process as well.
Yeah, I think
And,
Dylan's going to kind of head up Megan's projects.
Right.
So we made a concerted effort. I don't know when it was. It was, which one was it? It was the haunted covered bridge. We made an effort to start bringing Megan in to do some of the on-screen work. And Megan expressed interest to do some specific things on her own. And so she has already finished filming her first solo video that will be coming out. Well, I don't know.
It'll come out when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said, we're still in that beginning stage of seeing kind of, you know, Dylan's got a full-time job and stuff too, so we got to hand it off to him and see what he can manage to make from it. And it was a long shoot, long filming. You know, there were some bumps and stuff, so I got to figure out how to do that better next time. I think I've got a good idea of it now, though, what I liked and what I didn't like. So, but yeah, we'll hand it to Dylan, and then when he gets it back to me, and the deal is he might get it back to me tomorrow. I have no idea. You know, he works at pretty alarming paces on some stuff. I know that. So
Yep.
it could be a week, it could be tomorrow, it could be a month. I don't know. Either way, though, it'll be nice to have more stuff to show you guys, more new stuff. You know, different things even. So
Have we thought about visiting Franklin? What is it? Franklin Castle? Franklin Castle in Cleveland?
oh, in Cleveland, yeah.
Yes, we have thought of that. There is a lot of information on that place. From what I understand, it is privately owned now, so there's no more getting in there, unless you know the person who owns it and they're feeling gracious that day. But I'm still kind of working on how we can promote our kind of angle to it. I certainly don't want to impede on anybody's privacy, and so you know, we would love to do it. It's just a matter of if we are able to. But we're working on it, so we'll see what we can come
Yeah,
up with.
we've thought about, the last question was, have you thought about going to Kings Island? Yeah, we've talked about some Kings Island stuff. We've had a few people suggested at this point. So yeah, that's the thing, right? Because of the nature of YouTube, you can tell us what you think would be cool, or you know, stuff that might be in our neighborhood, even if you don't really know. You know, stuff that you might think is cool in your neck of the woods even. We can do research and talk about getting there and seeing what it's about. At the very least, we can, you know,
So
we
just
can,
so
we
you
can
know,
talk
folks,
about it in the comments, you know. That's cool too.
every time you send a comment with "Have you thought about?" or "Would you like to?" or "Please come to?" or whatever, you know, I will respond back to that. But I immediately put that in a file of viewer requests, so that not only can we deliver what we know and we do and what we enjoy, but also to explore those new avenues that you present to us, so that we can you know, give you what specifically you're looking for too. So when you have specific things that you'd like to see covered, please send them our way. There might be times now, you know us for mostly being an on-location kind of channel. There are going to be times when we're going to have to make some videos that are not on location, because there are some videos that I want to make. There is a specific thing that happened during World War II in Oregon that that I can't cover from here
Yeah, not really.
without doing it like a lot of people do. I can't be on location in Oregon right now.
Right.
Although I'd love to go back.
That'd be nice.
But so you might start seeing some of that come from us too. And when the winter hits Ohio, sometimes it's hard to get out and do location videos.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a part of Ohio that's called the snow belt, if that's any indication of what kind of snow we actually see. And it comes fast too. It's not like we'll have no snow and then we'll go to 3 feet in 24 hours sometimes. So we can't really do too much of traveling when that kind of stuff happens. So
What else you got?
Swan says, I just found your channel. What other parts of Ohio have you explored? For instance, have you checked out the Confederate Cemetery in Columbus?
No, we haven't.
I think we've talked about it.
We
though.
have talked
Yeah.
about it. So there is down in Columbus. There's a couple places. The Confederate,
Yeah.
and as well as the Confederate Cemetery. There is also the Ohio History Museum that's down in Columbus, and
Yeah.
there is the Ohio History Village that's down there too. So, and plus there's a lot of haunted stuff down in Ohio. We'd like to get over towards Dayton as well, and we've been looking into the first town in Ohio, which is Marietta.
Mhm.
So there's quite a bit left in Ohio that we have to explore. That's for sure.
Somebody asked, so I got hello from Pittsburgh. Hi, you're not too far away, are you? Let's see. Have we been to Chicago? I've only ever been to the airport, but Chicago also is one of those places that's so full of history and haunts, and I'm sure train wrecks. I'm sure it's got to be right.
Mhm.
All kinds of stuff. So
So Chicago, I have been to Chicago. It is, Chicago gets a bad rap for a lot of reasons, but it's also one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to.
Chicago is so cool.
And
It looks amazing.
Illinois in and of itself is just quite a historical hotbed. So, you've got Chicago, go down to Springfield. I mean, there's a lot to do in Illinois, that's for sure, and I would want to give it the proper amount of time. So that's a plan, certainly not this year, but
No.
but we will
But the
definitely make
future,
an effort
for sure.
for there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to meet I had a good friend. He lived in Chicago for a while. I'd like to meet him out there and go run around, because I think he'd know where to go. Be pretty easy if we had a tour guide,
sure.
Liz wants to know if we have thought about doing some ghost hunting.
No, definitely.
No, I'm a scaredy
No.
cat.
Yeah, we all are.
We
We're
all
big
are.
scaredy cats.
Because
They're like we
tell
bring them
them
all
why.
home.
Yeah.
There are a couple of reasons.
On the edge of Gerard.
Tell us the stories.
Oh.
What?
Tell us the stories, guys.
So Liz, I guess the short answer, without having to go into a million stories that Dean wants us to go into, is I don't know that I possess the constitution for doing ghost hunting. Ghost tours, lantern tours, stuff like that, sure, but a flashlight and an EVP meter, I don't. There are times where I get scared coming up the basement steps and I have to kind of rush because I kind of get the feeling that something's behind me and ready to grab me. That's just my brain going crazy. So no ghost hunting for me, but we have some plans for some ghost tours that we might bring you guys along with us. So we'll see how that pans
We
out.
might have seen ghosts. Tell us the story about the ghost in your closet.
I did have a ghost in my closet, yes. there was one night where I was just sitting in my room in the dark, and I don't know, I was on my phone just chilling, and all of a sudden I saw a ghost pop out of my closet and stare at me.
So
It was just a black shadow figure. That's all it was. It was this black shadow figure, and it popped out like this from on the side, and then it went back in, and then it went lower, and it popped out again, like it was playing peekaboo with me.
That was just me.
This is you.
Yeah, no, it's just me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I wish it was just you.
Oh, right, yeah,
Gosh.
yeah, because then you get up and look in your closet and you're like,
Yeah, I got up and turned on the light, looked in my closet, there's nothing there. I was like, okay, shadow person, if we can coexist, that's fine. Just, you know, like, it scared the crap out of me.
She's trying to rationalize with the
I
ghosts.
was like, we can coexist. We're cool, man. I don't
That's
have
funny.
any beef. We're good.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you my ghost story.
go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I actually had a ghost. It was like invisible. Okay, so me and Aslan were just hanging around, chilling out, until suddenly a silly string thingy, that circle thing.
Silly string lid?
What do you mean silly string lid?
Is that what you're talking about?
I mean the giant silly thing. Silly circle thing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It goes
Me
down and down and down.
Okay.
And it just tipped over. And we were like, what was that?
Is that a toy?
Yeah, it did. It is. It fell by itself.
Oh,
And then and once we lifted it up, it fell down again.
gotcha.
And then we followed the ghost, and it was making lots of weird sounds.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
To the kitchen. We went to the kitchen, went around a circle, and got back into my room, and we figured maybe it was just the wind. Maybe it was just air.
Okay.
Sometimes I hear music when there's no music going on in the house. That's always cool.
Oh, that comes from my room. It's that 40s music.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
you can hear the people like chattering, but you can't hear specifically what they're saying.
Yeah.
And the closer you get to my door, the louder it gets. But the second you open my bedroom door, gone. It's like it never existed. But it's like this 40s.
It's like ballroom.
It's like ballroom 40s
mm.
music. And it's like being back in Captain America time.
Yes.
And it's really cool, but it's terrifying when you're home alone.
I am the only person in the house who has never heard that.
well, don't listen for it.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
it's scary.
I don't know if I heard it either.
No?
Probably not.
Probably not. Hey, you got
So
any
we
more?
are the only
No, that was
people.
all mine.
Yeah?
So
Cool.
we are the only people that haven't heard that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
Right on.
That's nice.
but I'm not on the stream either. Those were just questions from
Warned us.
yesterday.
Get on the stream.
Did tell me what
Nice
to do.
dessert.
That's right.
Mhm.
Would you please?
That things could follow
Because-
us home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
We're well aware.
So
We try to be very respectful.
we actually have a second channel, and it's my channel.
It's
It's
not
called
a
Night.
second channel. That's just your
No, it's just
channel.
your
Yeah,
channel.
it's just my channel. It's called Nightwalk D Plays, and I play Roblox most of the time because, you know, it's my favorite game. Papa and Mom have been requesting me to play different games other than Roblox, but I just play Roblox. And I might be ready to try something new.
Pretty funny, Dean.
There's
Yeah.
59 likes. Thank you for liking, people.
Yes, very nice.
There's almost 60 likes.
Well, so let's, do we want to tell them anything about the future? Any plans of what we got going on? Think we'll spoil some stuff? Spoil some stuff for the live stream folk.
Spoilers.
They showed
They-
up. They
they
showed
should-
up.
they
On,
should
they
get
showed
it.
up. They waited through our technical difficulties.
Yeah.
They've been nothing but kind.
Yep.
You guys should get a little info, a little spoilery.
Well, let's see. There's a video coming to you on Sunday,
Yep.
and here's a little spoiler for you.
Wee woo, wee woo. Spoilers, spoilers.
Should I tell them they can watch it now?
No.
No?
Because I don't know if they'll be able to find it or not. You know what I mean? Just because it's still unlisted, but people are finding it.
So typically, what happens when we finish a video is I will it's already uploaded to YouTube, and but I put it as unlisted. That way, it can sit there, and I can load it to Patreon first, so that our Patreon viewers get an early access. I have recently found out that the way that I've been uploading it and unlisting it has allowed some people to go through a back door and see it early. So the video that is coming out on Sunday, if you know that special way to go on YouTube and find it early, you can do that. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. It's also going to be the last time that I load it that way. So that's going on. So our plans for the future, yes, we can talk a little bit about that. We are looking at probably going up to, again, my wife doesn't know any of this, so please don't tell her.
She's sitting right there.
Hold on. For those of you that don't get the joke, please do not tell my mother, because she will lose her mind if she hears any of this. Don't. Yeah, okay.
I heard a little bit.
Yeah.
So the plan is, tentatively, we're going to head up to Dearborn, Michigan. There is a pretty cool place up in Dearborn that we're going to take a look at. There is Marietta, Ohio. Has a Marietta, Ohio is the oldest city in Ohio, and it's also considered to be the most haunted city in Ohio. And there is a hotel.
Where's the red hat, Papa?
Thanks, buddy. There is a hotel that we're taking a look at touring on a ghost tour. And while we are down that far, we are looking at the Mothman in West Virginia. So we're seriously taking a look at those two things.
Somebody had mentioned the bridge disaster down in Point Pleasant. So
yeah,
I think probably a few people have at this point. I'd imagine that's one of the more, what's the word, infamous things.
Yeah.
That's happened in kind of this neck of the country.
Yeah. Of course, ramping up to All Hallows Eve, we're going to be seriously looking into videos on the supernatural, and we're going to kind of fill our docket in late September and all of October with that. November, we're kind of dedicating to Native Americans, and there is plenty in Ohio to deal with that also. But you will also be seeing something coming out from us a little bit earlier than that, that happened in kind of central Ohio. Many of you might know it as the Moravian Massacre. Some of you might know it as the Janaden Hutton Massacre. That video is...
Yep, that's filmed. That's finished.
It's filmed and
well,
finished.
nearly finished. I still have to finish the edit. And then, yeah. I think that, honestly, that is going to be... that has to be, for me. Somebody asked earlier what our favorite video was. I don't know how the video is going to turn out 100% yet, but I can tell you with certainty that going and filming that video was my favorite place to go film. It was, if you like, aside from it being a, like, you know, a massive tragedy, right? The actual place itself is incredibly cool. It's super well maintained, and we talked to one of the women down there who was a groundskeeper, or did she run the museum? Is that what it was?
Yes.
So yeah, there's a whole museum down there, right? That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. so I think that'll probably be what, the next couple weeks here on a Sunday that'll come out. I'm not sure which Sunday yet, but in the near future.
Well,
So
I hope it comes out the following Sunday.
yeah,
I
I'd
don't know if you have anything in the can.
yeah.
Secret here, buddy.
Yeah.
Turnip asks if we have any plans to do Rose Hollow.
Yes.
Yes, that's a great one.
Yes, spoilers. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot all about that. Yes, Rhodes Hollow is on the docket. That's for sure. Actually, I think all of the investigative research is done. I think tentatively the script is written for it. And for those of you who don't know how we do things here, as far as the filming is concerned, I do write a script. There are times when we will actually commit the script to memory as much as we can. There are times when we will actually read the script right on camera and trying to use Hollywood magic so that you don't see it. And then there are times when you can tell by all of the edits that we put in that there's plenty of outtakes because we've just flubbed our lines like crazy. There are also times when we kind of abandon the script and we just kind of talk from the heart too. Or we will bullet point things and have bullet points hanging underneath the camera lens so that, you know, I am terrible with dates and names and those kinds of things.
Well, those are the hard stuff to remember too,
Yeah.
because and if you get it wrong, it's a bigger deal. You know what I mean? So if you have to get those right, and a lot of times, like you said, we'll probably I think going forward here, a lot of times we're going to be taking just bullet points of dates and times, stuff that we know is going to be hard to remember or deal with. You know.
Most sad faces.
What?
No sad faces on Christmas.
You tickle? I tickle you? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Look at that knee, boy.
I didn't even do anything to you.
You sat down next to me. That means you get tickled.
True.
I gotta do it.
Is there any elsewhere?
I know that there was a question
you're
somewhere
I'm okay.
that I read that was a
it's
question
about
for
mine.
you. I don't know if it came Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna cover your feet so that you don't trip me
the
again.
question that I read that was specifically for you was, what equipment do you use to make the videos and edit the videos?
Okay. All right, guys, get ready to tune out. This is the nerd stuff. So yeah, I use to film all our videos. I use a Sony A7 III and a Sigma 24-70 2.8 lens, and I think that's pretty much all I use. I don't really use my other lens very often for that work. It's usually for other fun stuff. But yeah, and I put it all onto. I have a 2018 Mac Mini, something like that. I bought it in like 2020, and I used to use Adobe Premiere. I don't really use Premiere anymore to edit. Now I mostly use Final Cut Pro and Logic to do audio stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not the most. It's a lot more than I thought. Let me say it like this: I've learned a lot more doing this than I have with a lot of other projects, just because it's been consistent and it's been fun. It's really cool. I quite enjoy it. So yeah, that's it for gear, really. Nothing complicated. Just something to get the job done and to look pretty good. I'd like to buy some gnarly cinema camera, but you know, can't really afford that.
We've talked extensively, and I read all of the comments, and I know the good and the bad. There's actually been one person that I had to ban from the channel because he was just full of himself and arrogant, and everyone else in the world was wrong and he was right, and he let us know. And so he's no longer able to view us because I want to make sure that everybody is able to come here with their own point of view and freely express it.
Nice to film. You don't need anything else, honestly. Using your iPhone and iMovie to edit,
Right.
like that does the job. So this channel started with an iPhone and iMovie, And I mean, it does great. It does great things. The whole reason that I got on board was just because I had been going to shoots, and I asked my dad if he wanted some help and some direction. You know, for those of you who didn't see the video where he introduced me to everybody. My background is in music, and I've been doing photos and videos for a few years, and because of that, I've accumulated some equipment, some stuff, and some know-how, and so when he was putting out videos, I saw they were good, and he enjoyed making them, and I told him, well, dude, if you want help, I can help, you know, and we can take it a step up or a notch up in production and things like that. But it's not, you don't need those things. Those are tools. And you have to learn how to use them is another part. Sometimes they're more of a hindrance than they are a help, honestly, because it's just like, I want it to do this thing or that thing. My phone's smart enough to do it, but I'm not, you know. So it just takes time.
Use what you have.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Get good at that, and then you can move up. So I've seen the comments that said, you know, your sound is horrible. And we've made adjustments to that. And we are looking at making further adjustments. So pretty soon we might be getting away from what kind of microphone is it?
Yeah.
Use?
Oh yeah. So I just use a video mic from Rode that attaches on top of the camera. It's a little, you know, shotgun microphone. But yeah, that's not really the move for this kind of stuff. Really, the answer is you want like lapel microphones and things like that. So that's what we're looking at getting at some point.
Would you ever consider collaborating with a fellow Ohio History channel? Absolutely.
For sure, 100%.
Absolutely would. As a matter of fact, I've had a few people reach out to me in that course. I've also had some local historical societies reach out to me and want to sit down with me and on their podcast. So if those things come to fruition, we'll make sure that we can video them so you can see that. And yeah, collaboration, absolutely, no problem whatsoever. Would love it.
There are quite a few comments I've seen rolling through while I've been talking about people from the United Kingdom or from, you know, I thought I saw someone say they were from London. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really
totally
awesome.
ridiculous. It's awesome.
For you know, all over the world, we've been getting comments, and it's just from, you know, New Zealand to Australia to Israel to Japan to the United Kingdom, Canada. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me that those kinds of things have been happening, and we are so grateful to all of you who have reached out to us in the comments and have watched the videos. And you know, our genealogical heritage, if you will, is the British Isles.
If you can't tell.
and Europe, you know, as a whole. So, you know, that's a real bucket list for us is Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England. You know, that kind of stuff is, you know, we've traced our genealogy back to Rollo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first, well, yeah, you know, the Vikings. I mean, it's just the first Duke of Normandy, all of that kind of stuff. So,
I would love the UK. I would never come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No way I'd come back.
I'd never come back. I would just hang out in castles all the time.
think of the videos.
That's all I would do.
So,
That's all I would do.
There's a specific castle in Ireland that's actually supposedly, if you go to it, you'll die within like the next 24 hours.
Let's not go there first.
I'll stay away. I think.
Because of like the haunting. There's like a woman in white there, and it says if you see her, you die within the next 24 hours.
Oh,
That's
that's insane.
That's not clear then.
Let's not go to the
I
castle.
can see your channel reaching 100,000 in the near future. That would be the most surreal experience ever. This has been already. I tried to not tell people about kind of what has been going on, and until I see them, so that I can see their reaction. And they've all been exactly the same as mine, which has been completely just bewildered. You know, that's 100,000. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
That'd be
how
cool.
that could happen. If it does, great. If it doesn't, and we stay, you know, where we are with all of you fine folks, I'm happy with that too. This is completely blown away any ideas of what I thought it was going to be. So I'm grateful. That's all that's the only word that works.
The fact that we steadily have had like 40-ish people in here for almost an hour is like, why?
Yeah.
What? I can't believe any of you are here. This is,
Yeah, he didn't even think anyone was gonna come.
No.
Once I told him about it, he was like, nobody's gonna show up. There's no point in doing it. And I was like, there's gonna be people.
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
One of the
I couldn't imagine.
One of the many times in my life I've been wrong. That's for sure. I wish I could read the comments that far away.
I think you'd love North Wales. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I've been doing too.
No, just use my phone.
I'd rather have you read them to me because I feel like I'm being rude.
I'm just a
just take her phone away from
Little
her.
Kitty says, reminds me about Israel. Could you do a video about the Jerusalem syndrome? That's spooky like mad.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. I've never heard of it.
I'll look it up. That sounds cool. Jerusalem
Yes,
syndrome.
we will.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Here in Akron, appreciate all the local stories and history. Thanks for watching, man.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, when we did the horrors at the High Bridge video, I started getting comments like, I drive past this every day and I had no idea.
I have no concept of it being there. You know what? Like, yeah, that's one of the weird ones too, right? That video has, that's one of the videos that has completely blown up for I don't know what reason, right? And like it has, or what? How many views does that have now? I think it's got as many or more than the town that it's located in. It's like, who is watching this?
Yeah. Yeah, so
I think you'd love this area of North Wales. I would.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm
not going to read the rest.
Anywhere near
Yes.
is it anywhere near the viaduct?
You're right.
You
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
You know, that would be that is such an impressive feat of engineering that would be so cool just to go there and stare at, let alone do a video about or just experience. You know,
You have 4K and then we get like 15 people in my live stream. That's really good. That's super good. I think so. The metric is something like if you have over 1,000 subscribers, you are in like the top 5% of all YouTube channels or something. It's a really ridiculous number. It's something that because you'd think that it'd be a way higher number than that. It's not. If you have a couple thousand subs or a couple thousand views on anything, you're doing like way better than most people are on YouTube.
Yeah. So there's a comment that I just saw real quick. It said something like, sometimes YouTube just decides to push a video.
Yeah.
And that is certainly true. We are fortunate enough that we had 2 that have been pushed hard like that. And a lot of that has to do with their algorithm.
Yeah.
If somebody watches your video and then when your video was done, they stay on YouTube and keep watching other videos, they think that your video is a catalyst to keeping people on the platform, and that will help keep having your video pushed out to the masses. So, and we have 2 videos that have done that, and possibly a third. So it's just
What's the third one?
Hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
For some reason, yeah.
So
Yeah, because I didn't know about hybrid.
And seriously, thanks all you guys for coming in and being kind and saying kind words and,
Yeah.
and being encouraging
so
and
much.
this is when we kind of dropped this on him, like, hey, we're gonna do a live stream. He was a little nervous, So it's really nice to have. I mean,
hey, we're doing a live stream. Oh, you are?
what?
I'm not going to be there. So have fun.
Yeah. So seriously, thanks, and thanks for watching, and thanks for being a part of this community and stuff. That is,
Absolutely.
a lot of places online are not really nice, or very kind, or honestly great places to be. But this seems to be one of the havens that somehow we've been able to corner a market of really cool people. So that's awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Seriously appreciate it.
Yeah. The open-mindedness of this community is one of the things that really keeps me motivated to do better on the next video and to keep pushing them out, because you know, sometimes the world isn't an open-minded, nice place to be. And I just can't tell you how thankful I am that all of you are treating me and my family and each other
Yeah, that's the big one.
with so much kindness. There are times when comments just take off, and people, not me, but viewers and people in the community are just taking over the comments and having full-blown conversation down one comment line.
I mean, even in here today, there's been a bunch of people just conversing back and forth and just
that's
talking
great.
good. And it's like, dude, perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we should be doing with each other. It's amazing.
Yep.
So cool.
So we are, you know, we are so happy that we have you as a part of this and keeping everything open-minded and positive and trending forward. When people post political things in the comments, not only do I not answer, I do not even recognize that the comment has happened. Even though history is a political thing, I know it is.
Yes, but this is a haven for learning.
It
It's
is.
a spot for learning
It
and
is.
discussing and,
Right.
you know,
So if you believe in ghosts or you don't, God bless you.
right.
If you're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or whatever, God bless you. Don't ever think that I'm going to feel one way or the other about you based upon your likes and your way of thinking. As long as we can keep things positive and open-minded and support each other, then we are square, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Denise has just said that she can't wait for the native history. I can't either. That's going to be cool. That's always been something I've been interested in and thought was very, very interesting in school. The very minimal amount that I was taught, at least.
So Denise, I'm struggling a little bit because most of the things that are Native American history have to do with the plight of the Native Americans. And there are plenty of places around Ohio that, you know, the whole reason they are there is because of the Hutton massacre or the battle that happened here, or and you know, those things are important for us to continue to tell, so that we can remind ourselves that things weren't always great, and things still might not be great. But I'm also trying to find an avenue where we can celebrate the successes of the Native Americans and any successes that both sides of the cultures, whether it be the colonial aspect and the natives, come together and celebrate any moments of coming together. I'm trying hard to find that avenue, but at least I can go to bed at night knowing that I'm going to do my best on those things. And again, we're looking at the entire month of November to be dedicated towards Native Americans. So
There was when we were out in when we went to Nevada, there was the it's amazing how much out there had a lot of they had a ton of Native American culture. If I'm not mistaken, even
Pyramid Lake.
wasn't it Pyramid Lake was on a reservation.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it just I think that was I think that was the first time that I really kind of like this, like I could recognize that I was oddly curious or fascinated in this.
You
know
can
what I
say
mean?
curious.
I'm
It's
sure
okay
I
to
can.
say
I'm sure.
curious.
Yeah, right. It feels cliche.
It
Yes,
does.
but that's it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that quite a bit for sure.
Yeah.
I am quite looking forward to it.
Yep, it's going to be very very tough to do, but I think very fulfilling to do as well.
People have been talking about
Watching from Brazil.
Brazil.
Sick.
Wow.
Brazil?
That's so cool.
That's sick.
I'm sorry. I just had
Brazil.
To interrupt. Oh, hi Brazil.
I want to go to Brazil.
Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.
So some folks are talking about going to the dam in Cuyahoga Falls when they take the last dam down.
So
has that happened?
So I don't know. That's a good question.
They've been talking about doing that for years, years and years.
Also talking about Brecksville.
About Brecksville?
Dam removal.
Was there a dam in Brecksville that got removed?
So we went to. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Wasn't that
Thank
part
you.
of?
So yesterday, here's a spoiler. Yesterday we went to the Canal Exploration Center in the Cuyahoga Valley, and it has the last working lock, original lock, from the Ohio Canal days. And a lot of learning there, a lot of interactive displays and things like that. Well, the lock was almost dry, and that's because of the removal of the dam up in Brecksville. Now, from what I was talking to the park ranger about it, and he was telling me that the reason for that was because whoever they is, decided that the removal of a dam was better for the ecology of the area. So that's why they removed it, and they're trying to come up with other avenues to divert water somehow to get that lock working again. But yeah, Brecksville, the dam in Brecksville, from what I understand, has been removed.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is wild for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Welcome.
At least
New
it
top
was a
50
year out
people.
for the last dam.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
At least a year out for the last dam.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
good to know.
Okay.
Well, when that happens, maybe we'll head over and take a look at it.
We'll have to. We will have to. Seen a few people in here talk about how they've just found us in the last few days or just recently. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, so wouldn't that be the case? I guess most of the people have found us in the last like 2 weeks or
So
something.
we were
Yeah.
talking about that. A third of our subscribers have found us in the last
Probably just Katie.
almost week.
Like week. Yeah.
Yeah, just kidding.
Someone had asked, out of curiosity, what resources do you all use for historical info?
Thank you.
Lots.
That's a great question. First and foremost, the local public library,
Yes.
believe it or not. And I have this one, to blame for that. So that is the first avenue that we go down. Of course, there are places on the internet that you can get your information. Some of it's true, some of it isn't. You can go onto Wikipedia and get some great information. It could all be wrong. It's Wikipedia.
Could be a lie.
You know, it could be true. So you have to take some things with a grain of salt. And if you are able to find multiple sources that are reporting the same thing, generally speaking, that's where you can get confirmation on what you're looking at. But first and foremost, it's the library.
Yeah.
So our local public library, you can either go there or you can get ebooks and read them on a Kindle or a Libby app or something like that. And that's first and foremost.
You had mentioned even to me a few days ago that you were considering putting links in the description of future videos to some of the resources that you used.
So that is
right?
coming. I realize that I haven't been doing that, and there's a lot of people who have been commenting saying, things like that's not true, or where could you possibly have drummed that up, or whatever. So in the description of the videos, from like this point forward, not only are you going to see websites that I have visited to garner this information, but you will also get a link to some of the books that I have borrowed from the library or purchased myself or whatever to kind of gather that info.
Matthew Williamson asked, have you been to Mansfield, Ohio, to the Ohio Reformatory Prison? The answer is I have not. I think you guys have been there for no. Excuse me. That was Molly Stark, right? I will say spoilers. Maybe.
Spoilers.
There are plans. It is a very cool place.
Like I said,
Spoilers.
the end of September and all of October is spooky season. So
Yep.
and there are plenty of things to see there, as well as in Summit County, Ohio, the Summit County Historical Society. The building itself is the old Simon Perkins Mansion. Simon Perkins is the man who founded Akron, Ohio, and that mansion is haunted.
Flat out.
Flat out haunted.
Oh yeah.
And you can go up and knock on the door of that mansion, and they'll open the door and say, "Come on in," and give you a tour and tell you all about the haunts. And there have been documented cases where visitors have said, "Well, who are those two ladies that were standing on the stairs?" And there's nobody else there. So, spoilers again.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Pennsylvania? Many, many times.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear it. What was
Have you ever been to Pennsylvania? Many,
Oh, yeah.
many times.
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
And are we going back? Yes,
Yep.
many, many times.
Yep. There are plans.
We'd love to get over. All right. So my wife doesn't know this.
Oh my gosh!
Won't be this year though. But there are plans in the works for Gettysburg. We've been to Gettysburg before, but we're going back obviously in a different capacity. Guys, if we could go to Gettysburg in October and do some ghost stuff in Gettysburg
so
in
fun.
October, we would do it. We just don't have the means to do that right
No,
now.
but that would be the
So if
coolest.
you want to help us out with that, you can go to our Patreon.
There you go.
She's the
If
marketing genius.
You are so inclined. Yes, that absolutely
If
does
you
help.
can.
And on it, and just watching the videos helps too, because
Yes.
we do make a couple pennies from YouTube, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just a real quick backstory. I won't bore you with it. COVID shut the world down for 2 years. COVID essentially eliminated my job, and I have had to reinvent myself, as it were. And fortunately, and it was not planned, but fortunately, this channel has allowed us to get some sort of income from it. We are not in this house making nearly the amount of money that we were making 2 or 3 years ago. And so we have to be very careful with our finances, and we have to be very careful with what we decide we can or cannot do. So that's why when I say my wife doesn't know this yet, it's because I don't want her to have a heart attack, and I don't want her to think that, where the heck are we going to get the money for a trip to Gettysburg? We'll figure it out, kind of thing. Would love to go to Philadelphia, would love to go to Harrisburg.
I feel it'd be cool.
My ancestor kind of started out in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is right above Philly. So I'd love to go back there and kind of trace some things too. So there's a lot in Pennsylvania that we would love to explore for sure.
Some this year, some next year.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
Sure.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Should we wrap this up?
Probably.
Yeah, we can.
We've been here for over an hour at this point. I've seen a few people say that they're going to bed because it's past midnight in the UK.
Yeah.
And,
Got it. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and again, thank all of you guys for stopping in. All of you from all over the world stopping in and saying hello.
So crazy.
We super duper really appreciate that. Thank you for all the congratulations. We are ecstatic over it. This was supposed to be a 10,000 sub celebration, turned into a 12,000 sub celebration.
Yep.
So. Thank you for all of that. Do you have something to say? You
Yep.
want to say, buddy?
Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification bell. Always remember that. And share
It's
it.
the important one.
Always remember that.
Good job, buddy. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I don't know if this is a one-time deal or if we're going to do this on a regular basis. I guess we'll see. But until next time, we will see you next time as we explore more curious history. Take care.
Now I get to figure out how to stop
Gotta
this.
turn it off.
Okay, yeah, pretty easy. See ya.
See ya.
Be well.